that I am the only college grad up here. I mean, well, they don't allow you to wear it more than half the day, as I understand it. Actually, come, yeah, he's got it. Bring out his high school.
Have you considered possibly taking over for Mr. Buffett when he retires?
I'm going to take notes on this one, if you don't mind. We pay our board, our directors, $900 a year, and I really would like to pay them more, but Bill's so far ahead of me on that Forbes list already. I don't want to give him any ammunition.
What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
What did I tell you that impressed you the most?
Actually, I can answer that.
I think you're gonna have a pretty happy life, and I think the people that strive too much for the outer scorecard sometimes find that it's a little hollow when they get all through.
My name's Kim Martin. I'm a senior finance major here at the university. My question is, how do you instill ethical leadership throughout your organization? And to begin with, how do you know that the management one level below you is making decisions that would parallel your own?
We have all the money we need. You know, we'd like to have more, but we can afford to lose money. But we can't afford to lose reputation, not a shred of reputation. And therefore, I ask the managers, I ask them to judge every action they take, not just by legal standards, although obviously that's the first test, but also by the test, what I call the newspaper test. How would they feel about any given action if they knew it was to be written up the next day in their local paper, to be read by their family, by their friends, by their neighbors, written by a smart but kind of unfriendly reporter? And if it passes that test, it's okay. And I tell them if anything is close to the lines, it's out. And they can always call me if they wanted to check something. But if they call me, there's something wrong with it probably anyway. So, and that's about it.
In Microsoft's case, our top management team, the majority of them joined us as right after whatever degree they got, if any. Now, our business in many ways is kind of simple. It's about writing great software. We sit down every year to go through the various things that people have to be careful about. We have products that have high market share. We do business all over the world. So there's some particular dictates, how you work with suppliers, gifts they might come forward with. But it's mainly the seeing these people in action that make us confident about their behavior.
I should mention that I am the only college grad up here. I mean,
yeah, I'll be taking my Harvard shirt off pretty soon because I didn't complete the whole course, so I didn't think I should leave it on the whole time.
Well, they don't allow you to wear it more than half the day, as I understand it, actually.
Hi, I'm Tara Steinbach. I'm also a senior finance major at the university. And this is for Mr. Gates. Since you joined the board at Berkshire Hathaway, have you considered possibly taking over for Mr. Buffett when he retires?
I'm going to take notes on this one, if you don't mind.
Yeah, this being on the Berkshire board is a real honor for me. And I just joined the board last December. I have to say it's not very remunerative. I couldn't even make the flight out here on my Berkshire director's fee.
I didn't hear that part.
But Berkshire's been organized in a very unique way, and of course very different from my business experience, which is all really related to software and what goes on there. So I'm looking forward to being a good advisor, making sure that Berkshire's grooming people for whatever succession eventually has to take place. But it won't be me. Berkshire's got a lot of great people, and they understand the unique system there, and they'll step up to it.
We pay our board, our directors, $900 a year, and I really would like to pay them more, but Bill's so far ahead of me on that Forbes list already. I don't want to give him any ammunition. And seriously, we're very, very lucky. I mean, there are people that would pay anything to have Bill on their board, and it's a real act of friendship that he has come on the Berkshire board. It takes a lot of time. If the rewards are there, they're only psychic, but to have him there, you know, with the small difference in our ages, makes me feel very good. I'm the older, actually. I just explained it. It makes me feel very good to know that I've got people of both of the quality and the experience and everything else to make that decision when I'm not there the next morning. So I'm very grateful.
Okay, thank you.
Here it comes. Yeah. He's got it. Bring out his high school.
I'm Brian Poppy. I'm a junior actuarial science major. My question for you is, how did you two meet the first time? Is there like some sort of billionaires conference that I don't know about? Or?
Yeah, we have these things. We don't talk about them. No, I met Bill on July 5th, 1991. And I was out in Washington as a guest of a friend of mine who was an editorial page editor of the Washington Post, and she knew Bill's parents and said, we're going down to this place on the Hood Canal to meet the senior Gateses, and Bill may show up, and I'll let Bill take it from there.
Well, it was a funny event because my mom was very sociable and always, you know, getting people together. And I, at this time, didn't believe in vacations. You know, I was totally focused on my job. And so when she said to me, you've got to come out and meet, it was Warren and Katharine Graham and a couple other people. I said, Mom, I'm busy. And, you know, and she said, no, this will be great. And I thought, well, I'm not sure. You know, I'm into this software thing, and I don't know much about investing. And I hadn't thought about it much. But I went out, and so Warren and I met, and I'd actually come out in a helicopter. I was planning to go back a few hours later. But then by the end of the day, I was there just talking with Warren. And so it began a really unbelievable friendship for me. And, you know, I could tell that even though we came from different directions, the kinds of things that fascinated us and that we thought were important were very much the same. And so, you know, for the last 14 years, we found every excuse possible to get together, whether it's, you know, bridge or golf. But really, it's about talking about the world and thinking about what's going on in it that's at the core of it.
The moral of that is listen to your mother.
I'm Mark Schmitz. I'm a senior actuarial science major. Could you tell us a little bit about your typical workday and how you manage your time to allow for like playing Halo 2 and that kind of stuff?
Well, I don't get to play much Halo 2. I have to say, when I play with my colleagues at work, I get slaughtered so fast it's unbelievable when I'm on Xbox Live. Project Gotham Racing, I'm a little better at. It's nice to have a job where gaming is a serious pursuit, and we get to think about that and talk about that. You know, and playing around with the latest technology, whether it's you know, new PCs, looking at new software, sitting down with researchers. It's why I think my job is the best. Warren thinks his is the best, but I'm sure I'm right. Anyway, I'm in meetings a lot. My calendar gets very full with those, and then at night, after the kids have gone to bed, I'm on email a great deal. I get messages during the day. That's my chance to give long responses. And then over the weekend, I send a lot of mail as well. I take 2 weeks a year to just go off and read and think, where I'm not interrupted by work or anything else. I'm just solidly trying to think about the future, and people get to send me things to read as part of that so-called Think Week. So it's a nice mix of things. About 25% of the time then I'm out traveling around, meeting with customers, Europe, Asia, and that sort of helps me think, okay, do we have the right priorities? What are people responding well to, and what would they like to see us do better?
I'm on Think Week about 50 weeks a year. I work about 2. And you'd be surprised at at my days. I mean, they're very unstructured, no meetings, none. I mean, I don't like meetings, and I read a lot. I wish I were a faster reader. I'd get more done. But I do read a lot, and I'm on the phone a moderate amount. Our businesses run themselves basically out there. My job is allocating capital, and that's what I'm thinking about. But I don't like to have things all packed hour to hour to hour. And Bill and I are both extraordinarily lucky. I mean, we really get to do what we like to do, the way we want to do it, with people that we choose to be around, and they're terrific. I mean, we've really got everything our way, and we're very fortunate. And in his world, he has a different kind of pace than I have, but we both love it the way we do it. And my guess is that we're each the most productive in that particular mode too, because it fits our personalities and aptitudes.
My name's Topher Voorhees. I'm a senior finance major. My question is, after the Xbox 360, where do you see video games going?
Well, Xbox 360 is a pretty good step. It's sort of the first of a generation of what we call high-definition games, where the realistic vision that you get is almost like reality. The other big thing is we want gaming to be more social, so this idea of live, where your friends can get on and you can have spectators and contests and make it into a very social activity. But we think we can draw in people who are older, people who are younger, more women into it by having more variety of these game types. Now, every 4 or 5 years, there'll be a new game. So after Xbox 360, I don't know what we'll call it, 720 or something obvious like that. You don't have to go out much further until the visual realism is so good that...
Hi, my name is Nicole Brockhoft, and I am a senior business administration major here at the university. And I was just wondering, what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given, and how has it impacted your personal or professional lives?
What did I tell you that impressed you the most?
Actually, I can answer that. When first I met Warren, we were talking about getting together and doing something again, and he pulled out his calendar, and the pages were so blank. And I said, wow, you've managed to avoid getting tied into a lot of kind of meaningless activity. And Warren said, yeah, you have to be good at saying no and picking the things that really make a difference. And that's one of many things I've learned from Warren, but that's one of my favorites. And so I can blame it on him whenever I'm turning things down.
Yeah, well, actually, I told him that was it. The truth is, I don't get invited anyplace. I think that, I got an awful lot of good advice from my dad, and he didn't lay it on me. I mean, he just, you picked it up from him, but there was never any of this, do this, do that type of thing at all. But I think he really taught me that it's more important in terms of what's on your inner scorecard than your outer scorecard. I mean, some people get in a position where they're thinking all of the time of what the world's going to think of this or that instead of what they themselves think about it. And if your inner scorecard, if you're comfortable with that, I think you're going to have a pretty happy life. And I think the people that strive too much for the outer scorecard sometimes find that it's a little hollow when they get all through.